We had to bump when I was coming along. Hell yeah. I can't jump, but I can dance. Y'all ready for your next comic, everybody?
Yeah.
How about a big round of applause for Thomas K.
Thanks for the standing ovation, everybody. I hope you got that on camera, honey. So how you guys doing? Yeah. Got my posse here. Yeah. Got my buddy John. He went to University of South Carolina. No claps for that? I asked him if it was the best 4 years of his life, and he told me 4th grade was. And I got my wife here. She's from Moscow. She has a Pekingese dog. She's short, hairy, and got a foggy eye, and she shits on the carpet. But her Pekingese dog is amazing. She's well trained. And I got my buddy Ken here. He's in commission-only sales. He just got me a job. Has anybody ever done that? Commission-only sales? A round of applause. They're like, hey man, if you're a self-starter and if you're into like Anthony Robbins, does anybody know Anthony Robbins?
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge Robbins fan. Baskin Robbins. But he was telling me, he said that if you do this, it's like you're your own boss. Like you write your own tickets, like you own your own company. But if you don't sell 25%, you get fired. And I'm thinking, how are you gonna fire me? You don't even pay me. It's like I'm a fucking volunteer here. But anyway, so I just got back from Orlando, and we were at the Universal Studio. Anybody ever been there? Yeah. All the coasters are amazing. I love it not for the coasters, it's for a game I like to play. Has anybody heard that game Knockout? You heard that game? My game's called Heart Attack, and the rules are simple. You just try to give somebody a heart attack at the park. And what I do is I bring a couple bolts, and a couple washers, and a couple lug nuts, and I go on the biggest roller coaster with the biggest hill. Right as I'm about to get to the top, I tap the person in front of me and say, hey, this fell out of your seat. Watch the reaction, do it, try it. It's fun. So, yeah, I'm a little buzzed. I don't drink, and my buddy forced to drink. Alcohol runs in my jeans. And by that I mean I piss my pants on my jeans. So, if you guys see anything. My dad was the town drunk. And I grew up in Detroit, which is a little bit awkward. Yeah, it's a joke grenade. It'll go off a little bit later. But yeah, so I just moved here. I've been, I'll be honest with you guys, I've been kind of in a really bad spot in my life for the last 6 months. It's called Myrtle Beach. It's tough. Thank you. I was telling my wife today, there's no hot chicks in Myrtle Beach. You know what you call hot chick in Myrtle Beach? A tourist. But I'll give you an idea of how weird things are here. I called up this place and I'm like, so where are you guys at? And they're like, on 17. I'm like, oh, by like Broadway at the beach? And they said, the other 17. There's 2 17 roads here. Can I have a 16 or an 18? Isn't that odd? You guys don't think that's odd? I'll give you another example. I almost got in a fight the other day at the grocery store. I walked in there really late because I really needed a banana split, which means I was really high. And I go in there, and there's this old, like 6-year-old lady, and no offense, but she was a veteran. She had her arm in this thing, and she's watching all my food go by, and I feel like she's judging me. She's seeing in she's seeing the chocolate and the syrup, and she's seeing the ice cream, and this is what she said. Do you have a pig card? And I was like, you bitch, you fat fatty. I hope your pickup truck flips over on your way home. I didn't realize that was her loyalty card. By the way, what a funny loyalty card. You know those executives are like, let's make fun of all the hillbillies, and when they get all their groceries, they'll ask them if they can put them in their pig card. I want to work there just so when a cop buys his donuts, I can say, hey, you want to put that on your pig card? But, yeah, so that was messed up. It didn't end well. I'll tell you that story later. I started doing jiu-jitsu. I started that to defend myself. I didn't really want to go, and I'm glad my school isn't here for this one. I really didn't want to go because I thought it was a game. And, well, I'll give you an example. The sign when I walked in said Sarah BJ right on the sign. And I was like, I don't know, that could be a deal breaker. But, so I asked my jiu-jitsu coach, I'm like, so, you know, tell me what it's about. And he's like, well, first I'm going to teach you how to mount a guy, and then you go around and pound him, and then you get him in a rear naked choke. And the better you get, we give you belts. Okay, I know who else loves belts, gay guys. They call it MMA, mixed martial arts. You know who else loves art? That's right, gay guys. But here's the deal. I call up my brother, because my brother, I used to pound the shit out of him. And then he started doing jiu-jitsu, and then I needed a fight to bring him to the fight. So I thought, maybe I'll start doing jiu-jitsu. And I called him up because I was so excited. I said, hey, check this out, brother. I tapped out a blue belt. And he's like, wow, you're a white belt. That's like, blue belt's 2 years. Like, what move did you get him in? And I said, well, the proper way to ask that would be, what move did you get her in? And he's like, well, you know, girls are dangerous, and, you know, it's still 2 years, but, you know, would you get him in like an arm bar? And I said, well, that's the thing. She didn't have arms. And he says, if she didn't have arms, how do you know she tapped out? And I said, well, this is a crazy thing. She just died in my hand. Which he said, let me get this straight. You killed somebody at jiu-jitsu practice? And I said, no. This was Iowa at the Piggly Wiggly. That's fucked up. You guys laughed at me murdering a veteran, disabled, senior citizen lady. But anyways, yeah, so maybe I will start drinking more. I don't like drinking because it makes me want to do drugs. Like I'll have the double on one side and he's like, Thomas, you know, smoke weed. And the angel's like, Thomas, get some blow. You know, only users lose drugs. And that was the #1 reason why I got off of it. Anyways, I'm Thomas K. Thank you guys very much.
You know the old sugar daddy, they be tricking, they tell the girl, see you can have